Hi, my name is Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the cheapest way that I know of to lose weight, and it's actually free and might save you money. So I'm obviously talking about fasting, and I just wanted to share this message because I've talked about it, here and there a little bit, but I think it's really important because I think sorry, there's a dog barking in the background. But I think it's pretty well known that the lower income population is also has the highest incidence of obesity and type 2 diabetes and, all of those metabolic related diseases. And it's really sad because I feel like people who are in that situation get really stuck and don't know how to get out of it. And, currently I'm very blessed and I'm grateful that my husband has a good job and it provides well for our family. We are a one income family, so we're on a budget for sure. But there was a time that when my husband was in school, and he was in school for 5 years. During that time, we had our second and third child, and money was really tight. And so, I do know what it's like to be really tight on money, even though I will not compare myself to other people's situations. I know that it could have been a lot worse. And then after he got out of school, we had student loans. And so for a long time, we were definitely financially constrained. And during that time, that's when I started to struggle with my weight more than ever. And I remember there were times a lot where I thought, well, if I just had the money that I could, hire a coach or join one of these programs where I had all these meal replacements, or I could, join a gym and, work out regularly and all of those things and excuses and stuff, which, of course, there are ways to lose weight without fasting and without a lot of money. People do it all the time. But it is sometimes with those other plans expensive. And so if you feel like that's the only way out, then you may feel like if you are in a very tight budget situation that you just have no way out and you're just doomed to be overweight forever and never get out of it. And I just want to share a message with you that that is not true, that there is this way and it is very good for you and it is free and may truly even save you money. So for me, definitely when I discovered fasting, this was one of the huge draws to me, was that I did not have to, go to my husband and be like, I have this thing I want to try. It's going to cost this much money every month, and I've done that before, with him, and he's been supportive. And, if it was reasonable, I never asked for a lot. But, and I'm not making it sound like he's ruling over me or anything. It's just, that whole, we have to work within our confines of our budget that we've made together. And so, yeah, I hated having those conversations. They would come up every now and then when I wanted to try something. And I was always really embarrassed talking about losing weight with my husband because he has never struggled with that. And I just always wanted to kind of pretend that it wasn't happening. And so that was another reason I didn't want to spend money, is because I didn't want to have him watching me, seeing if I was, making it worth it or whatever. There's a lot of psychological stuff that goes into spending money on weight loss. There really is. And so I just had a lot of issues with that, both financially and mentally, that I didn't want to spend a lot of money and have these high expectations of weight loss and maintaining and all of that, and just having to prove my results, I guess. That was another factor that, it's funny, I didn't even plan on talking about that, but it just sort of came up in my mind, that I think that there is that pressure when you're spending money, that you have to kind of prove you're doing something with it. And And again, like, I don't want to make my husband sound like he's the bad guy here, that he would have done that. That was all like in my head, that I was thinking. And I had all of these insecurities and just like a wall built up that I had, that I was afraid that I wasn't going to make it worthwhile. So that was a huge draw to fasting, was that it was free. I didn't have to prepare anything. I didn't have to arrange anything. I just had to start rearranging the timing of my eating. And it was very simple. And truly, I believe that it has saved me money. So I am an alternate day faster. So I fast Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays all day. And I still feed my family. So it's kind of hard to see the exact number of dollars that I'm saving versus, if I was single or just a part of a couple, and I typically would go through the drive-through on, every day, and I could actually like add up the money that I was saving, not eating on those days or times. It works with a daily window as well. So like if you are someone who goes and picks up, a breakfast sandwich on your way to work, and you're no longer doing that every day, then you can add up that money that you're saving. And but I definitely know that just watching my budget, I have saved money because I'm just being more efficient with the way we use food. I've had to, because I can't eat a lot of the leftovers anymore. So I've been really conscious of trying to track our flow of the food that I make and what's left over and all of that. And I just know that I have been able to manage it, and there's been money left over. I've been able to buy like more high quality food. I've also just been able to not raise our budget with prices going up, and it's been great. It's been great all around. So like I said, it can be hard to quantify whether you're saving money, but I think most people will in terms of food, just because when you're eating less meals, you're going to be more efficient with how you budget that money for food. So it's just kind of the way it works. And so you can use that money to get out of debt, start saving money. You can buy higher quality food. So even if you do want to do a special diet, if you want to do like vegan or paleo or keto, which tend to be more expensive because you're just buying, those higher quality foods. Obviously, the cheaper foods are those carbs, like the processed carbs, which never lead to weight loss. But the times that I've done those kinds of diets or ways of eating, it was always a challenge to try and fit buying those foods into our budget. And I always felt like I was kind of taking away from the rest of my family so that I could eat those foods. And I always felt a little guilty, again, going back to that psychological thing. It's important to take care of yourself, but at the same time, when you're budgeting for your family, like those things are important as well. You want to feed your family well also, and you also want to pay your rent and your electricity and all those things. Those are of higher importance in the moment. So, you have to balance all of these things. And I always felt like I just couldn't back then. But now I feel like we can all sort of elevate our quality of life because I'm able to just cook higher quality things for my entire family, and we're all eating the same thing. So it's great. It works out well. But even if you do want to, do a special diet for yourself or whatever, you'll have more room in your budget because you're not eating as often. And the other fun thing is that if you're saving money, you have a little more room to buy some extra clothes that, as your body is changing. And even if you're losing weight slowly, like that's okay. I say honor your body and where it's at right now. You don't want to go too crazy if you're not at your goal weight, like buying a new wardrobe, because you might continually go down. But, buy yourself a couple nice things that you feel comfortable and confident wearing. And I think that confidence and that self-worth that grows just spills into other areas that then can open up opportunities where you are, maybe even able to get a better job or something like that, just because of that confidence in yourself. And so there are other ways that, making yourself, just prioritizing your health, can improve your life in so many different ways. And not to mention the huge cost savings of your health improving. If you are someone who is on the road to some of these diseases or already have them, and you can potentially improve or reverse some of those things, like, the cost savings there is astronomical. And not to mention just the improvement of your life and your quality of life and the length of your life. Like, it's beyond measure, really. So it really is a compounding effect when you're able to take control of your health. And there are so many studies out there about the benefits of fasting. The New England Journal of Medicine, that was a great, groundbreaking study that was released to show the benefits on health of fasting. And if you follow Dr. Jason Fung, you will see so many of those benefits. And he is a highly regarded doctor who has seen many of his patients' lives transform through fasting. And beyond all of the, potential savings, I know that I'm not spending anything on fasting. And so, yes, it is free. You can start it today. You don't need to buy anything. There are free apps. There are, free resources out there galore, articles, YouTube videos, podcasts. And you can learn, and just as you go, you can learn and keep learning and tweak what you're doing. And it's amazing. The only thing you might want to buy is a book. And even with that, you can potentially find it for free at your library. I always have the ones that I love linked below. I will also link below my favorite podcasts. And I just hope that this helps someone out there who feels stuck because of their financial situation, just to know that you don't have to be stuck anymore. This is absolutely free. You can do it. Do it at your level. Take it slow. Just keep learning. And I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.